Welcome to Wednesday Night is Overbooked. Happy 2026. We are back for another year. I am your host, Joker Voice, here with my lovely panel, and we will start with the man to my stage right. He is my co-pilot. He is the partner of the show. He has horribly awful takes, but he's wearing a cool flash beanie, so we may let that slide a little bit. It is the one, the only, the man responsible for that lovely new intro package, Mr. LeftEyeEgo. Ego, how are you, sir?
Doing good, brother. Trying not to freeze my ass off in parts unknown in the northwest state of the California. So I'm doing all right. Otherwise, ready to get into some wrestling, man. I missed you guys.
Oh, we missed you too. And directly beneath him is the man whose story is king. Story is the only thing that matters. It is the man who likes to watch the holes of worms from space. It is Duke Devil 95, Bradley Burnett. How are you, sir? You're muted.
That's how he is.
Sorry about that. I thought it'd start off 2026. We're a bit different. Sal.
That's right. He has a sound.
I had to change. Had to change.
So Brad has taken up smoking in the few weeks that we've been away. Nice. I like it. And directly beneath me, in his final form of evolution from parts unknown, namely the anus of America, it is the final emerging Baconator. It is Matt, the Unbearable 73. How are you, sir?
Doing good, we're hoping my health improves and all that stuff, and glad to make it to another year. And let's see if Ego has taken a New Year's vow to no longer to understand the older wrestlers we compare people to, and not risk my heart health on live again.
First mic drop of 2026 goes to Matt. Wow, that was not on my bingo card. All righty, let's give a little look to the chat here. We have Mr. Abominable AJ. Welcome, sir. Somebody got to stream in a singlet. I say don't give Ego any ideas because he probably would. Our wrench among wrenches, Mr. Jacob Ironside, who he and I have cooked up something wonderful. And just coming in is the man who will make the show truly overbooked. It is Laurence Knight. Laurence Knight, how are you, sir? He's muted, apparently. There we go. And hello, Kai. You are back. Yes, welcome back, sir. Welcome back. Laurence, how are you? Happy New Year, sir.
Oh, I'm doing good. You know why I'm doing good?
Why?
Because someone has a title around his waist.
Oh,
someone that you said it was a demotion, but then I thought about all the people who, after being world champions, were walking around with tag team gold. Two of which are, as of Monday night, are walking around with tag team gold.
Well, considering this was the man had the entire year of 2025 handed to him. If you think this is a good thing,
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Those titles are not long around their waist. I'm just saying.
He's back where he belongs.
Exactly.
And what is
mid-card tag teamer?
There you go.
Why?
So,
whoa. Devil, is your real name Jim Ross?
Well, I mean, Jim Ross is amazing.
I do like barbecue sauce.
There you go. So we have got. Whoa! What is this? Oh wow! Don't let Shiro throw that baby into the pool.
Wow!
Oh.
All right. There's only two people. Some of us can't talk like that. Some of us can't talk like that.
You know what? The first mic drop for the chat goes to Abomination AJ. Wow. So before we get started, this is a brand new year. Ego and I talked over the weekend. we have got some goals for this channel and this show. The obvious goal, we want to get this show monetized. Now, one thing we also want to do, the channel is at about 773 subscribers. We want to definitely, as soon as possible, get to that 1,000 subscriber benchmark. And to do that, we need you folks in the chat. I see there's a few people now. We're already at 6 likes. So we're more than halfway to double digits, which is the goal for every show. So if you have not already, go down below, hit that thumbs up button, which costs you nothing. And as long as you're looking there, be sure to look in the description. All of us have YouTube channels. All of us have social media. We would love your eyes. We would love your likes, the watch hours. So if you don't mind, folks.
I'd say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
So just make sure that you were doing all of that. And obviously we want to get the show monetized so we can do things like member chats. We can do things like memberships, super chats. With membership comes custom emojis, which once we get to double digit likes in the chat, someone special comes and says hello as we ended 2025 with double digits. So, Ego, who is the person that comes and speaks when that happens?
MOMO.
MOMO. And we love MOMO here. So we're going to start with a special segment, as we will do for every show that gets to double-digit likes. As we're going to start with this little thing right here. And as it says, out of these 4, since we're coming into the Royal Rumble season, out of these 4, who has the highest chance to win the Royal Rumble? So we're just going to go around the horn, and you're going to give from 4 to 1 between Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. Let's go.
I need to
Lawrence.
step away for a second. I got an emergency.
Okay. So Lawrence, from
Yes.
4 being the least likely to win the Rumble to number 1 being the most likely to win the Rumble, rank these 4 ladies.
The one least likely to win will be I'm looking at her face. I'm trying to remember what her freaking name is. I'll just call her by her real name, Miss Demi. There on the bottom left. And the reason why is she had Rhea. Just it's kind of like Roman, where she had the belt, and and she's tag team champion now. And I think they need to give her they're giving her a break so that people don't turn on her. Liv, and this is where it gets tricky, because I want to say, oh man, I'm gonna have to say, I don't know, because I have to say Bianca. I can't say that either, because the Royal Rumble is the best time to have somebody come out of nowhere and win it. So I got to go with Liv Morgan. It's just because of the way that they're currently,
At number 1.
No. You said I'm doing it from least to most.
Okay.
I'd say Liv, because the way she's being booked right now and the way Roxanne's going, I don't think Roxanne. I think Roxanne is gonna dump her behind out before she can win. And then I'd say Bianca Belair. She would be a good surprise, but she's also someone who's had a lot of success. And for whatever reason is being kept off of television right now. I think that
Coach is injured.
Yeah,
that finger,
still,
it's still messed up.
Ego will give a explanation in just a bit. So
Okay. If let's say her finger was well, I think it would go further for her if she almost wins it and somebody screws her over.
okay.
I think Tiffy's gonna get it because Tiffy is a golden goose, and let's face it, Jade Cardigan Gill. I mean, you can $1 million body, okay brain, zero talent.
All right, Matt, from least to most likely.
So least, I agree with Rhea as the least. I think she needs to have some story. Like she's obviously in the tag team storyline right now, or Io. Then inevitably one of them will heel turn when it's time to break that up, and then that'll be a good storyline there to get it through SummerSlam. And then maybe have another rivalry after that. Then get her back in the big picture. The third least likely is Bianca Belair. She didn't bring. I don't know. I mean, well, I'm just gonna say third. I don't want to slam people. Now the top two here is interesting. My thing with Liv is I think she's a great character, but I think she's best when she's a foil to other characters. Meaning not when she has the goal, but when she's wrecking everything with, breaking people apart and being like a mafia boss criminal type. So that makes Tiffany the most likely to win Royal Rumble. And you converted me to Tiffany, JV. I'm big on her.
All right, Ego. Least to most.
Before I do this, give me 1 second. I'm going to show you guys, at least from what appears to be 6 months ago, what Bianca Belair's finger actually looks like. Give me 1 second here. I'll bring it up so you can see it. Give y'all. So from what they're saying is that during that triple suplex, she actually wound up falling on Rhea Ripley and broke the finger in 3 places, including the joint. So if you want to get a look of what that looks like, is that. That's what it looks like. So basically, because it healed like that, her finger is practically straight, so she can't wrestle with it because it won't bend. So again, I'm not a medical doctor. I just had extensive anatomy and physiology. I knew a guy that had a finger like that. He actually had to have it rebroken, and it had to actually heal properly so that it could actually bend. So because I'm not sure what her medical status is, I kind of put her at 4 as like least likely to win the Royal Rumble because of that. Rhea, I've got at 3. She's already got the tag team title with Io, so it takes her out of the conversation to me. Tiffany, I'd put it 2. I mean, she should be at 1 for having to drop the strap to Jade Cargill, so she should have gotten a mulligan, but I got her at 2 because Liv Morgan should actually be the one that takes the Royal Rumble and reclaims the Women's Championship. So I've got Liv at 1.
All righty. So, Brad,
hold on.
Okay. I'm sorry, sir.
I had a work thing, so let me just look at this real quick.
Okay.
Least to most.
Yes.
Rhea, I'm tired of Rhea. If Bianca were to come back, probably her. I agree with. I heard in the background talking about Liv being a foil. I think that's better for her. I think you're right. I think that works better for her character. And yeah, I think maybe it's time for Tiffany to get back in stride. Let her try it again, because I think her first run was mishandled. I think it was mishandled. So,
well,
and
we agree on that.
Yeah.
And she needs to be a heel again. I love her better.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be fun. Or just like the nasty Barbie.
You get the spoiled brat.
Yeah.
So for me, because of her medical status, we just don't know when she's going to be back. B has to be at 4. Number 3 is Rhea, because with the tag team titles, you've just taken her out of the main event scene. Number 2, Tiffany, because Tiffany doesn't need the Rumble to get a title shot. She is already there. And because of what we're going to talk about later on, Liv Morgan for the last few years has been at the top, has been either the bridesmaid or not the bride. And because of certain reasons, especially the Rumble this year, I think it is her time to be I think it is her time to win the Rumble. She has been in every single Rumble since it started. She's also been in every Elimination Chamber match, but the Elimination Chamber doesn't go on your Hall of Fame resume. The Rumble does. So that's just a little fun little segment, which we do when we get to double-digit likes in the chat. So, which I've already seen. We're at 7. 3 more likes to get to another segment like this next year, starting the year off with a bang. As we started off 2026, and I'm just gonna say that of the 3 shows, Raw starts off 2026 as the worst show of 2026. Who saw that coming? So we had the debut of SmackDown. 3-hour SmackDown. Actually, it was one of the better shows that WWE has done on Friday night in quite some time. Now, because you've also got the show flowed a lot better than previously, the WWE corrected a mistake and put the United States Championship back on Julia, where it belongs. We had a good Drew and Cody set where we got the stipulation for their title match next week. Actually, this week, which is the 3 stages of hell match for the WWE Championship in Berlin, which for me comes on at 11 a.m. Pacific time. Now, on Raw, we got new women's tag team champions, kind of unceremonious. We got a new women's IC championship in a bad match. That match was not good. Liv Morgan's now return. A tie-in with Stranger Things, kind of in name only. And
I think they dropped a lot of stuff because of the controversy with Stranger Things.
I know nothing about it.
I don't either.
It's not worth explaining.
What I do know, fucking commercials upon commercials upon.
It's like a PLE.
It was worse than that.
Yeah.
Worse than that. Outside of a good main event between Breakker and Punk, which we said Punk would go over just to lead into either Rumble or the Chamber.
Yeah.
It was a boring show. Very
boring show.
NXT, however, started off hot, ended strange, something we haven't seen much before. We had 2 good matches in between. We had an open challenge. We had a title match, which I'm just saying the women's division on NXT is still in good hands. Kendall Gray is amazing. Mm-hmm. Kendall Gray is very, very good.
Just
my own
your own preference.
Okay,
you can say it.
My own personal take on this. But we had the opening angle where Blake Monroe showed, as much as the WWE will allow, the woman from hell, which if you knew that story from AEW, you know how vicious and vile that character can get.
Indeed. Yeah.
And it was lovely.
It was absolutely it was wonderful. And then Ava kicked her out of the building. So to me, because there had been talk amongst Fightful and a bunch of Bodyslam.net and PW Insider have all kind of said the talk is Blake's coming to the main roster. So for me, this was a good way to write her off and just get her off of TV so she doesn't have to lose 2 matches in a row right before going to the main roster. Because the match with Thea the first time, that
Joker, can I see something real quick?
You can.
Okay. Them reinstituting a policy. Now, I'm guessing that policy is the talent have to stay until the show is over, correct?
Correct.
You know what? How many of the veterans do you want to bet said that's what you idiots get? Because I've been reading, some of the veterans have been complaining about the newer talent going in the back, playing video games or packing up and leaving altogether and not watching the matches after they're done. Guarantee you they got an earful for leaving.
Probably. That could definitely be
that.
That could definitely be part of it. But so what I had here was, so as I was saying, that the policy now, they have to stay until the show is officially off the air. So that is why that's what happened. So because of a botched finish, people were not there to just be ready to do what they needed to do. And then we had a title match: Leon Slater, the TNA X Division champion, versus Oba.
That was an amazing match.
It was it was a fun match to watch. Leon is exciting to watch, but Leon was never going to win this match. I mean, with the exception of the Hardys for like 2 weeks when they held the NXT Tag Team Championships, WWE is not going to let an outside talent hold any of their titles. The Hardys are the exception because of their history with the company. Then we got an angle at the end where Ava is addressing the Evolve locker room, and Mr. Stone comes in and says, "Oh my God, I'm sorry to bother you. Did you see what Oba just did?" And then we cut back to the ring, and there's the title. Oba has left the title in the ring. He has vacated the title, as was confirmed from NXT's own X account, that Oba Femi has indeed vacated the title. He has relinquished it.
That's the best way they could have did that.
Okay.
It was the worst way they could have done it.
Okay,
I may explain why.
Okay, so hang on really quick, because Mr. LeftEyeEgo had a question that he wants to address the panel, so this will give us all a chance to give our take on this. So, Ego, the floor is yours.
All right. So for you guys that have been watching wrestling a lot longer than I have, to all of you guys, typically you guys told me that when talent is getting called up, whatever titles that they have, they wind up relinquishing via a loss to the current roster, and then they actually wind up going to the main roster. So I guess it's different for Obafemi's case because he didn't technically not have a match. He just won the match that he had and he vacated it. And with Blake actually getting tossed out, how do you guys feel about them not having to lose before their main roster call up?
Okay, so let me start with Brad first, because Brad, you're the story guy. Let's go with Oba first. How do you feel about Oba just relinquishing the title? Because obviously he's coming to the main roster. We have seen the video packages. The man is coming up. So, Brad,
I guess the play is basically, why do I need this belt? I'm beyond this now. So he just leaves it there. That's his story. He's like, I'm better than this place. If you think about how he's been kind of playing, Da Ruler, I don't need to rule this place anymore. I've ruled it already. I've conquered it. I'm moving on to new kingdoms to conquer. So
Okay.
I guess that makes sense in playing it that way. And it also, he doesn't have to drop the belt in a loss. So that keeps him a strong character going up.
Okay. So the question may have been asked because he just recently reacquired the belt. So the question was, why even put the belt on him? And the answer to that is Saturday night's main event against Cody Rhodes. That's why. So and then as far as Blake goes, Brad, your thoughts on that?
So is she actually getting a call up?
More than likely.
Pretty much, yeah.
Then I guess it makes sense. It's like she's pissed off everyone. I mean, you pissed off Baby Rock. So I'm all for better pastures. It's
Baby Rock's
like,
Pebble.
yeah. I'm just like, I'm done with this place. Screw you guys. I'm beyond this. Sort of the same. I mean, it's kind of playing it the same way that Oba just conquered. Because I mean, like you say, he came back and took the title just to show he could. And now Blake's just like, I'm better than this place. I know who I am, and I'm gone. That may be work. That may be work for story. So maybe with as far as Blake goes, maybe in next week on NXT, Ava's on a call with Adam Pearce or Nick Aldis and say, you can have her. You can have her to take her. Mm-hmm. All right. Laurence, your thoughts on Blake Monroe first.
I think it was a great way to write her off. That woman is extremely talented, and I'm not saying that she was too big for NXT. It's just with what she's done and how she rode in on, they couldn't justify her sitting in NXT for more than a year, which I know they typically like to do with people. But even with Oba, in my opinion, Oba was already there a year too long. But I think it was a good way to write her out, and I think that what she said was brilliant, which was you asked for the glamour, and hell comes with her, and that's what's headed for the main roster. I feel sorry for whoever's got a title in their hands, because that chick looks like she works stiff too.
Well, she spent a lot of the time in Stardom, so that may explain that. So and then your thoughts with Oba.
Oba, I think I agree with Brian. I think that was an excellent way for him to go out. What I was gonna say, and don't get me wrong, Baconator. Like I agree with you that it was a great way for him to go out. The reason why I said it was bad is because it should have been a legitimate surprise, and it wasn't, because they showed that Vidjet on SmackDown before he did that. So you knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Okay, Matt, your thoughts on Oba first, and first, and then Blake.
I've been calling for Oba to come up. I think he was my last. The guy, remember the Royal Rumble we did last year? We did our shots. I called for Oba to go in and win the whole thing. Yeah. I've been an Oba fan for the first notice in 2 years ago. JB, we started talking about him.
Three
years ago. I mean, we don't know, because obviously he could, God forbid, break both his legs and be crippled or whatever. But you don't know until 20 years later, right? But I'm getting the vibe from him that I got from, Cena, from Stone Cold when he became Stone Cold, from The Undertaker, from Hogan and Flair. This is the potential next all-time great. He's got the look. He's got the mood set. He can do promos that are fairly good short-term and medium-term promos, which is all you really need. He is a very clean worker. Even with some of the power moves, you can see he takes care of the guys he's moving around, gives them a chance to land properly and all. He knows how to wrestle more than one style. He's not just a big man power bomb people all day. So,
oh my God. That chop he gives, like in the middle of people's chests, the sound that makes. Yeah. Oh, that hurts me.
And for those who don't know, listeners out there, the only way I do chops is to do them legit. They're actually slapping each other's chests like that. Okay? Yeah. The match with Leon Slater was the match of the week. And I loved Oba putting that belt down and then running. This is Obafemi, the bringer of change, the destroyer of worlds, and all that. He's going out on his terms. He's not going to be dictated to in a match. He's putting it down there. He's playing with the like in the old days of kayfabe days. You know, you could knock out the Linda McMahon and not be fired, right? But with kayfabe, now the way they do it is where they
insult them,
insult the management. You know,
like Blake does.
Hire fake lawyers and stuff. You know, and I like that Oba's going out on his own terms and the bringer of change. You know.
Okay, so my take on this, as what Ego said, the it's not really a rule. It's more like a tradition, and this goes back to like the territories, like when your contract ended with one and you were going to another, and let's say you were holding the entire title. The tradition was you would go out on your back and put the title on someone new, so you would go off and do your next job. Here, I'm like, meh, but I understand why. As far as Blake goes, it keeps her from having to lose 2 matches in a row going to the main roster. Because all that does is just drop her stock down. For Oba, kind of the same thing. To lose to Leon Slater, TNA, the little brother. Again, and after what we saw at Saturday night's main event, which is what the main roster folks saw in that match with Cody and then choke slamming Drew, the presentation of him is he's a monster.
Mm-hmm.
He's an absolute destroyer.
That thing where he picked up Leon Slater by one hand and flapjacked him, basically.
Yeah.
That's something I used to do in a WWE video game. And this guy did it in real life.
Yeah.
You know, obviously they're working together, but to, you know, get a guy up and that's a lot of power on both ends. But oh my God. You know.
All right. So those are just the takes. Ego, your final take on this.
Blake, it makes sense with you guys saying that it was a botch that caused her to lose the title. So you can't have her lose twice. It's kind of like wrestling double jeopardy, I guess. So that makes sense in extenuating circumstance. For me, I don't like the way they did Obafemi just because they just had Ricky Saints trying to call him out and did that weird ass promo with the whole pose is undeniable. It's weird.
That's what he does.
First time I've seen that. I'm sorry, it just threw me off a little bit. So he's saying, hey, it's 1-to-1. Like, we still need to wrestle this out, but you don't wrestle him. And then he actually winds up wrestling someone from TNA and beats him, and then he releases with a title. So, I mean, for me, it's like, if you're going to go through all that trouble and he's still going to be champion, make a video montage of him from NXT debut day one to going against Cody Rhodes, a 20-second promo, and then the lights come on and it's flashing with the belt in the middle of the ring. Like, that's what I would have preferred if you were going to go that route instead of, I'm not saying waste it on Leon Slater because that man's Swanton 450 gives me the Holy Ghost. But, I mean, save that. Like, that's a big match for him against, like, Ricky Saints for the title. Like, that's something I'd rather watch if it's going to be vacant.
But it goes back to kind of what Brad said. Saints, you are the below me.
Fair.
So he's leaving NXT because I'm the big fish and I'm in a small pond now.
I understand. Yeah.
Actually, I'm a great white shark and I'm in a pond. I need to hit the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's some of the shows. And again, Raw was awful. Let's hope that the creative gets her act together for something. But for me, one of the highlights was the first match in 7 months of one Liv Morgan. Now, Liv right here, it's always good to have Liv on TV. And according to WrestleVotes, who, whenever I see WrestleVotes, their name attached to something, I always give it a little more credit. They're one of the better sources. So that there's a push internally to showcase Liv Morgan as a centerpiece for the women's division at WrestleMania 42 this year. So earlier today, I actually did a video titled Morgan-Mania. And this is thoughts on Liv Morgan getting to WrestleMania in a title match. Because obviously this is what this is going to have to be. This is going to have to be a title match for this. And there's only two ways to get to a title match at WrestleMania. You win the Rumble or you win the Chamber. Now, in the video today, I said, it kind of seems like the stars have aligned for Liv to be the Royal Rumble, the winner. As I said, normally she's been the bridesmaid, not the bride. So this year, the Rumble is where?
Vegas.
No, the Rumble.
Oh,
the
Saudi.
Rumble. Saudi. Sorry.
Saudi. Yeah. Saudi Arabia. If we go to Liv Morgan's best year, 2024, Saudi Arabia was very good for her. Very good for her. At the King and Queen of the Ring Premium Live event in Jeddah, that is where Liv Morgan defeated Becky Lynch to become a two-time Women's World Champion. Later on that year, at Crown Jewel in Riyadh, she became the inaugural Women's Crown Jewel champion. So the Saudi audience likes Liv Morgan. They just had a promo tour over there. Tiffany Stratton, Randy Orton, Grayson Waller, and Liv Morgan were all part of the, and Omos, okay, were part of the WWE tour to just give a little hype up the Rumble coming up. So now Brad, WrestleMania this year is going to be back where again?
Some place called Vegas.
Yes,
Vegas. Les Vegas. Les Vegas.
Les Vegas. In 2022, at Money in the Bank, it's where Liv Morgan grabbed her first Women's World Championship in Las Vegas when it was called the SmackDown Women's Championship. So for me personally, I think to say Liv Morgan is not the front runner for the Royal Rumble, as I said, you could easily have her win the Chamber, but the Chamber doesn't go on your Hall of Fame resume. Based on this and just what I've laid out, would you maybe reconsider and think that Liv Morgan might be the front runner for the Royal Rumble, or do you think she will win the Chamber, or do you think she would be more likely to win the Chamber and have a title match? Larry.
I think she is a front runner. It's just I just wasn't so sure because of what they're doing with Raquel right now. That's all. But she is a front runner. It could go either way. What'll likely happen is it'll probably be a Shawn Michaels / Diesel situation where Raquel's on a roll, and then she thinks that that Liv's got her back, and Liv dumps her over, and then pulls the hey, it was every woman for themselves type of angle.
Possibly.
Which will turn Raquel into a face, I think. Just about.
Okay. Matt, thoughts?
I'm becoming a Raquel fan as well. I think she's showing some stuff in the ring. Pretty good talent there. As far as Liv goes, like I said before, I mean, I think she is best in that sort of spoiler, manipulator. I mean, she's talented enough to carry the belt. I don't know where she is in the Merc list, if she's in the top 5. That's always a factor, who gets those belts. I don't know. I see what you're saying, JB, but I also see that Liv, I can't see Liv once she gets a title shot. I can't see her carrying the belt more than 2 or 3 months if she would be. So
Well, the last time the last time she was champion, she carried it 10.
Too long.
Well,
Yeah.
well, whatever you. Well, apparently, the WWE thought otherwise. So, Brad, you being a story guy, do you see a story? And what type of stories do you see with Liv Morgan in this scenario?
I think I kind of like what Larry was talking about with her and Raquel having an issue. Something like that. That moves a little bit Judgment Day along. I do think that they are going to push her. The reaction when she got back. I mean, also the time that she was there. She was a highlight of the women's division for a good bit there. And now with Dom being out, I don't know how long he's going to be out still.
Not
long.
Not long because I heard that his shoulder injury does not require surgery, so that's a good thing.
Okay. So yeah, I could easily see that happening. The question is, what storyline is built off it? Because so right now we have Jade Cargill.
Okay.
And
which Liv and Jade have faced off prior. Liv Morgan walked out victorious.
And I have actually just forgotten who's the women's champion on
Stephanie
Raw. Okay.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't forget
that might be fun. That might be a fun match.
Okay. Ego, your thoughts on Liv Morgan again being the Rumble winner, because there's only been 8 Rumbles and we've only had one person to win it twice, and that was Charlotte.
I got Liv winning this one. I mean, she's got enough storyline built up. There's still a carryover from before her dislocated shoulder injury. I just want to double check. Stephanie Victoria, are we supposed to be kayfabing an injury or starting a beef with Raquel? I just need to just for context.
There is a beef with now Raquel.
Right.
The injury is legit.
Oh, okay.
It's not as bad as we've been sold to as we've been sold because she would not be taking bumps.
Right.
If she was.
That's why I was confused. Okay. So I mean, if that's the case, if I don't know how Stephanie's going to factor into this, I got Liv winning the Royal Rumble. And because again, Bianca Belair's health is in question with her finger, I mean, it's only kind of thing that I can push as a story, which is like drama in the Judgment Day. You know, with her, with Liv and Raquel, you can get that going for a few weeks. And I actually have it being like Liv versus Raquel for the I guess it winds up being a vacated title, or if Stephanie's okay, it winds up being a triple threat between the three. And I mainly see that because the only person I'll say that for another I guess topic if we get to it, but I see Liv Morgan winning the Royal Rumble.
Okay. I as well, and I'm an unapologetic Liv Morgan fan, have been for some time, so that's just me. I would love to see Liv finally get one of these big matches, and plus I would love to see Liv Morgan really get a win at Mania and have a WrestleMania moment, because as I said in my the video, Liv Morgan has been to 7 Manias. Her only win was at WrestleMania 36 in an opening match against Natalya, but it's WrestleMania 36. It's the Warehouse Mania. Her only win was in front of no fans, and her WrestleMania record is 1-6.
Hey, Joker, am I right in saying that now is this a dream of yours for which I understand, because look, Liv went through a lot to get to where she is now. If she wins the Royal Rumble, I will admit I would be jumping out of the chair. I am not against a Liv Morgan winning the Royal Rumble at all. In fact, I'll admit my gut tells me that that's exactly what's going to happen, and I'm fine with that. And real quick, and I just noticed this in the chat. I want to clarify the comment I made about Jade. I'm talking about her wrestling IQ when I said okay
Right.
brain. No, no, not that the lady's stupid, but I will admit that Joker, I didn't realize that that was a dream of yours. I thought your dream was taking a bonsai drop on the face from Tony Storm. That's
No.
what I thought. Okay.
No.
Okay.
I will say this. I was gonna say in regards to Jade, the plan that I would have is that I would want Blake Monroe to go to SmackDown to openly challenge her.
Oh no. No,
That's
this is what
go ahead.
This is what I would want to see, because
go on.
We're gonna detour here for just a second.
I like it.
Because there was another article where Jade hasn't faced any punishments yet.
Yeah.
But she's being talked to by creative.
Yeah.
The last 2 matches she has had, non-title, BFAB and Meechin, they both come out injured. Jade is hurting people.
Yeah.
And that's their fault, because she should be at NXT right now. Actually, she should be on that pre-show.
Evolve.
Evolve.
Now, here's what I would say, because Matt, you'll remember this, and I'm sure Brad will remember this, and maybe Ego will remember this. I think we'll all remember this specific match: Goldberg versus Steven Regal.
Yeah.
Goldberg. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. But what's the significance of that match? Hey, Joe, what's up, sir? You should have hit that like, sir. So, but what's the significance of that match, Larry?
Goldberg got his ass whipped.
Okay, got his ass. He got a stiff
Excuse my
match.
French. Yeah, he got a quick hard lesson.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Brad, Matt.
I'm not defending Goldberg per se, but Steven Regal wanted to train Goldberg.
Right.
Okay. Goldberg wasn't the guy saying he shouldn't get training. It was Bill Watson and all those guys in the back room just said they would have Goldberg spear people for 85 straight matches. And, I guess their idea was once the streak is broken, just dump them off, basically. They had Bill Watson and all, those guys had no idea how to develop talent at all.
Okay.
So expose Goldberg, basically.
So here's what I say. Let the leash off of Julia. Let her go full stardom on Jade. That will be a very long night for Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah, it would.
Yes,
I would tend to agree with you, but for the past, I want to say, 8 to 9 years, they don't let the wrestlers get payback anymore. And they find them if they do. You know what I mean? Like, I wish there would be a thing where, they'd let whoever Jade hurts beat the crap out of her in the next match.
Right.
That's how wrestlers learn to not do stupid shit.
Right. And like I said, just for my own thing, let someone at least who's healthy on the roster right now, give her a good stiff match and let that be Julia, because that is right up her alley.
Here's my question to you, Joker.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna outright say it all, but I know Left Eye would know. You know exactly what I'm getting ready to say. She will go out, get that stiff lesson. If I'm Julia or anybody else that gave that lesson, I'm concerned about what happens when we get to the back. Because Jade Cargill is not going to take that line down.
I don't think she can fight, though. I don't think she got hands like that. But the way they're describing Julia, ethnically how she grew up, Julia's probably got some hands.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. So let me, Matt. Julia is a strong style wrestler.
Yeah. In Japan, strong style means basically you spar with your opponent. Like, you just don't go for overt knockouts or breaking, So that's strong style. So
Right.
she has some training there in actual fighting.
Right.
Jade, if she had any actual jujitsu or real wrestling, I hate saying real wrestling, but you guys know what I mean.
Right.
She would actually be able to look halfway decent in the ring, and she clearly doesn't. That's the other thing. Like, since the Undertaker's retired, is there anyone in the locker room who runs things? And my impression is no.
Well, Taker and
I thought it.
well, Taker's also busy. He's got his podcast, and he's actually he's actually books most of the matches for AAA. He and Conan.
Oh, nice.
Well, that's nice. But I'm saying when Taker was wrestling at the shows, he was the authority behind the scenes. If you didn't do
was
your
the
job
judge.
in the ring, you got a trucking to. Yeah.
I thought I heard somewhere, and I don't remember if this is correct or not, that Randy is sort of taken on that kind of leadership role.
Yeah,
and he should. Yes, and that's a good one to be. But then again, Randy's been out for some time.
Yeah,
he's back.
Yeah, now he's back. So that's just some of the stuff from Liv Morgan. She's kind of one of the I guess she's 31 years old, but she's been I guess you could call her like the old guard now, I guess, is kind of strange. Because Friday and Monday, we saw new faces. And as we alluded to, there are some new faces coming soon. I mean, just from SmackDown alone, we got not Zack Ryder, Matt Cardona. Thank you, Matt Cardona. The indie god has finally got the call, and he was ready. Jordan Grace is officially part of the main roster now. More than likely, she will be on SmackDown, which is fine. She can stay on SmackDown. I'm not a fan of Jordan Grace. Her promos suck. And then we got Timu Booker T, also on SmackDown, and that is Trick Williams.
Trick Bag Williams.
With the lemon pepper steppers.
Yeah. Oh, God. That was so cringe.
I loved it.
Of course you did. Of course. Now, I will say this about Trick. His presentation is perfect. Perfect. Narcissistic, egotistical, full of himself. And probably the best program for him to start with is someone like Sami Zayn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now, because you've got a built-in story with the new United States champion, Carmelo Hayes, and you can just run that, right back.
Oh, yeah. Easy.
Now, on Raw, we would have gotten the announcement, but instead of commercials, and we decided to have a 10-minute promo of the Yeet Man.
Oh, thank God.
We did not get to see the newest acquisition of Raw, the young OG Javon Evans. Instead, that was
great.
Instead, that was relegated during a commercial break, because God forbid you don't run it back.
Oh, goody.
We get to hear that again? Fuck off. So tired of fucking
Ego, are you okay? Do you need some private time? Do you need to go in a corner and cry?
I will after this. I'm not gonna lie. It's just I'm holding together right now.
Oh, you poor baby.
I really hope 2026 would be you turning over a new leaf instead of just consistent bad takes, just like an occasional one.
It might be because the people that I actually had in top fives and matches of the year are actually main roster now. Like mainly Trick and Oba. Between Trick, Oba, and Blake, I think I might wind up doing it because, like, hey, there's new blood that I've been watching since NXT.
But where's the Jey Uso top 5 match?
He doesn't have one.
Yes, he does.
Then you can,
Have you picked a top 5 yeet? What is the best yeet entrance?
Backlash.
Leon France. Yeah, that's about as good as I can get. Maybe Madison Square Garden, but even then, it wasn't Leon France. Leon France is number 1. That's all I can do at this point. I mean,
that was. I'll even give it credit. That was a lightning and a.
It kind of was. I'll just say,
and then they tried to replicate it, but the French are weird. Come on, let's be serious.
Yeah,
they were yeeting.
I don't condone the use of in medical enhancements, but Jay could have probably used them or whatever to give him some stamina. Like, I mean, I understand it's hard to lose weight at a certain age, but I mean, if your issue is stamina in a match,
that's not his only issue.
I mean,
I'm just saying I only go
Ego. Didn't you criticize him from getting winded going downstairs?
That's what I'm saying. Like you can do like Edge and be like on the second level and just yeet from there.
That's why you can't do all this yeeting stuff. He blows his wind by the time he gets down.
If you say that's your issue, then like say, hey, I got to yeet from like the second row and I can just come down and
just not yeet.
Run it back. I mean,
that's the ultimate solution.
He's like, I eat, sleep, and breathe the yeet. Yeeting is life for him. So I'm just like, just a little yeets, little yeets in there, or just have the crowd just do it to the yeet before you do your hit somebody, just yeet and then hit them. Like
they overdo the yeet. Just like Ego trying to explain that it actually is worthwhile.
I heard enough of that already.
I'm buying each of you hoes Yeeties for Christmas, okay?
That's right.
Don't worry, there's a big supply of them.
Yes, there's a big ass bucket.
Hey,
could you imagine if Vince was still around? He would make a cereal called Yeetios or something like that.
Yeetios, like Bootios.
Yeah.
Okay. So I've also heard some other names. Obviously, the women is where it's a SmackDown where the problems are. So obviously, Ruka's name has been mentioned. I've heard JC Jane. If it was me, I bring up the entire action of Fatal Influence. I mean, bringing up JC by herself accomplishes nothing. She works a lot. She works the better in a group, and plus you got
Fallon,
who is talented in the ring. Lainey Reed, you could have her be the sidekick as she's training to get more into ring ready. I've heard Lola Vice, which that's really just so Damian Priest can have his girlfriend.
Yeah.
On the same show, which is kind of dumb. But then I've heard folks say, "Oh my God, they are just going to gut NXT," and I'm like, "Good. That's what they're supposed to do.
That's what it's there for,
right? It's there to be gutted."
No, I agree with you. As a faction, it would be fine. I am not a JC Jane fan.
You know what?
She's gotten a lot better, but you know what it is it's just my opinion that Fallon Henley should have got the spot that she's in.
Okay, and that's one.
She's the better wrestler between the two, and has been for a longer period of time.
And that's the one thought. I'm going to say, and I said this at the end of the year, that Fallon Henley, who I thought, not Fallon, JC Jane, who I thought of all the people on that roster to dethrone Stephanie, you picked JC Jane, but she got booked better than John Cena did in his run in that 5-month span. I mean, JC Jane, from everything I've been hearing, this was 2025 was kind of a sink or swim year for her. You're either going to make it happen or you're not. And she put together a string of some quality matches. I could also see Tatum Paxley being called up as well, only because the pairing of Bayley and Lyra, it's not helping Lyra. at all. It's actually bringing her down, putting her and Paxley together as make a tag team, make a team out of it, make an actual tag team, the little goth girls or the whatever. That could do something. So I think that's a direction that they could go. Anyone else have any thoughts of who they would like to see on the main roster?
I got one. Well, she's already on the main roster, but I'd like to see a title around her waist, and that is the woman who is dating a man that is 20 years younger than her, and that is Nikki Bella. And the belt.
Well, Larry will no longer be.
Yeah.
Now Larry will be on a limited schedule now for the rest of the year with takes like that. He may have replaced Ego with the worst take ever.
If you would let me finish, you dropped me before I could get to the point of it. The front end of the belt would say, "Please go home and stay there."
That's the first half, not gonna lie. All
right. You earned something there. Okay. So, but that brings us. And anyone else have any idea for a new face that they would like to see? Matt?
All the names have been mentioned. Ova, Solruka.
Oh, Ethan Page.
Yeah.
Ethan Page.
Maybe.
What about where's Joe Henry going to go?
SmackDown.
Okay.
But not for a while.
Wherever his name is said.
That's true.
And because he appears.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It'd be cool if they actually did that gimmick with him. He just appears wherever, right. Give it a little run with that gimmick,
All righty. So those are some new faces that you may be seeing soon, which we're going to segue into the staple of the show.
Always keep a smile on your face.
It is the Wednesday Night's Overbooked Top 5, and I'd like to thank Ego for that montage as well. And the music for both the opening montage and the Top 5 montage is courtesy of friend of the channel, the Drunken Poet Dempsey. Ego, maybe drop his link in the chat.
You got it.
Definitely check him out as well. And the logo for Wednesday Night's Overbooked, done by our wonderful wrench of wrenches, Jacob Ironside, who, again, we have got something special coming for all y'all. So it is the Wednesday Night's Overbooked Top 5, where we take a topic and we give our 5 best takes. Our number 5 take gets 1 point. Our number 1 take gets 5 points. And at the end, Bradley Burnett, the Duke Devil, changes his name to Price Waterhouse and gives us a definitive scientific answer. So we're going to go for a bit of nostalgia. I've been watching the WWE Vault, their YouTube channel, full pay-per-views. I've watched like WrestleMania 5, WrestleMania 6, WrestleMania 7, the Royal Rumbles from around that time. And I just wanted to, during this golden age of wrestling, the Hulkamania years, who were your top 5 talents not named Hulk Hogan? So, number 5, and I'm sure Matt will go outside of the WWF because that's what Matt does. It's fine. And so, Ego, who is your number 5, sir?
Number 5, I've got as Jesse the Body Ventura.
Okay.
That okay, as long as that counts, right? Okay, good. Trying to remember the that this golden age time period. Man, he was great, especially when they did Saturday night's main event. I didn't know that they did the whole heel that's a current wrestler that was the I guess the color man that was also playing the color commentary. I didn't know that a lot of it kind of not started with him, but he was kind of known for that in addition to him being in the ring. So it was great knowing that that's where it came from. And I think just about is pretty cool. So I got him number 5.
All righty. Brad, you're number 5.
I stuck with all WWF, and this is actually when I actually started watching WWE, WWF.
Likewise.
And I'm going to go with Mr. Perfect.
Ooh, good one.
Legit in-ring wrestler, great talent, and just sold it with just being a perfect son of a bitch.
Oh, Kurt Hennig. Imagine if he hit his prime after Hulkamania.
And unfortunately, again, died very young.
Yes. Matt, you're number 5.
Let me do it. There's only one man who can be number 5. One man. Sorry, I killed the cough. I can't do it. I'm getting over a virus. Anyway, the Macho Man.
At 5?
Hold on. I think we need to get another bad take counter.
Oh.
I can't wait to hear his number 1. But wait, Matt's going outside WWF, I bet.
Right. Okay. Ooh. You got some explaining to do, sir.
I got to see his top people then.
You're number 5.
My number
I
5.
remember the first part of Macho Man's career. Sorry about that. As Randy Poffo, you got to remember. Anyway, sorry about that, Larry.
My number 5, he was near dear to my heart because as a child he just matched my energy, and I learned some things from him. One thing is, I didn't have any siblings growing up, so I would wrestle with my dog. My dog and I, we would wrestle around. And by the way, just so you guys know, it is not a good idea to try to do a leg drop on a Rottweiler. It will not work. And he made sure I knew that. But it was just playful. Not beating him up, just playfully wrestling.
Basically your dog said,
You just made the list.
Yeah, and it was a very short and very painful list. Trust me. But his point was made, and it was okay. But he got his little body splash in, and barked at me and went off and ate my food, and he was good.
So your number 5 is
the
Junkyard
Ultimate
Dog?
Warrior. The Ultimate Warrior.
Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah.
Oh, so matched your energy. So you were a cokehead too?
No, I had a lot of energy, and I mean when I'm talking, I was little, So it was the first time that
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I felt like naturally having a lot of energy was okay, because people would just always say, "You have too much energy, something wrong with you,"
All right.
But it made me feel like, hey, there's somebody worse out there, so I'm not that bad.
My number 5 was a heel that you loved to hate, and this guy was just oozing heat. Was better than you. Was richer than you. And that is the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. Loved DiBiase. Actually, underappreciated in-ring talent. He was very good in ring. All right, Ego, you're number 4, sir.
4. I got Jake the Snake Roberts. I would have had him higher, but I mean, he had the whole snake thing, the python thing going. I thought it was pretty cool too. Wrestling wasn't that bad, so I got him at number 4. This is a harder list for me because again, I didn't start watching until like post Golden Age, like right before Attitude Era. So it's kind of hard.
You got the born again, Jake.
Yeah, I got 700 Club Jake. I gave my that's if you know, like that's the first time I saw him. Like, man, he gave up those pythons and picked up a Bible. Good for you, Jake. Good for you. You on the list, man. See, I got that version of Jake. I'm sorry.
And
Abandoned Damien. What happened to Damien?
Damien got squashed by Earthquake.
That's true.
The one thing I loved about Jake, and this was the time of bombastic promos. Jake was like the whisper, and it was just sadistic.
Yep.
All right, Brad, you're number 4.
My number 4 is your number 5, Ted DiBiase. I mean, what a great heel. He walk out and flash money in front of people, just piss them off. And then when he couldn't win a belt, he made his own.
Oh, yeah, it was
golden
great.
diamonds.
It was just gaudy as fuck.
I was so gaudy. It was awful. I mean, it's literally like what you would expect Trump to wear if he had one. So
right, which I'm not surprised he doesn't. I'm not surprised he hasn't yet.
yeah, he should have send those out instead of challenge coins.
Right, there you go. Matt, you're number 4.
So just to follow up on Ego and Jake the Snake just for a second, there's a great story that Jake the Snake tells about Randy and Macho Man Savage. Because Macho Man almost always did his character even in real life. He never left kayfabe. And remember the Cobra match with Jake the Snake and Macho Man?
Yeah.
They rigged the Cobra so it wasn't poison.
Right.
And Macho Man went to Jake. Listen, that snake better play me good. It better play me good. He was going,
and it did.
Yeah. Anyway, my number 4 is a man who always loved working with the other wrestlers and training them. He is the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, who can make any gimmick work. Clean worker.
Yellow polka dots.
Could like I said, he invented the War Games match behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. But when you watch Dusty wrestle, it was always a great match to watch. Always,
I will take exception to that. WrestleMania 6, the first mixed tag match, him and Sapphire, that was not a good match. Against King Macho.
He himself was good in it. The match was just
it was Sapphire. So come on now. All right, Larry, you're number 4.
My number 4 was Mr. Perfect. I thought he was just outstanding. That man was just outstanding. Just amazingly gifted and deceptively strong, and unforgettable.
My number 4, the Scotsman who's not a Scotsman. He's from Saskatchewan, but was one of the greatest talkers of all time. And it is the Hot Rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper. That guy, you would get I was just listening to him commentate on a match is just a joy to listen to, because he is just off on another world somewhere, but he is just, it's infectious, the energy he had. And when he made an appearance at the Royal Rumble years ago, you could see CM Punk, young CM Punk, just marking out like crazy when Rowdy came into the ring. So he's at my number 4. Ego, you're number 3.
Number 3, I've got the excellence of execution. I got Bret Hart number 3 there. I mean, I guess this is kind of like I think he'd been in for maybe 3 or 4 years at this point during the Golden Age. So I mean, it wasn't necessarily like superstar
Almost
Bret Hart
on my list. Almost made.
I know. Yeah,
list.
That's why I got him at 3, because like it's by the way I'm reading it is like he was getting there. But I mean, to even debut around that time is still like, hey, that's still top 5-ish for me. So I got excellence of execution, Bret Hart number 3.
Matter of fact, WrestleMania 6, there was a quick tag match against the Bolsheviks, where they it's like 10 seconds they hit a heart attack, and Bret covers and he goes 1, 2, and then spikes the camera 3, and wonderful. Nice. Brad, you're number 3.
My number 3 is Jake the Snake Roberts.
Okay.
Also, on the point on the point about the soft talking, what sold that really for me, and you go back and think about it, it's like he's playing a sociopath.
Oh yeah.
And the slow, deliberate talking, explaining slowly what he's going to do to destroy you in the ring. And that was when the DDT was like a deadly attack.
Yes.
That was it was like, oh my God. Now it's like, oh, whatever.
Short closes his line, set it up, and boom, done. And by the way, folks, before we move on, we're on 8 likes. We're 2 away from double digits. We have been hanging at 8 for a while. So if you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button, which costs you nothing. It's free. And then go down, look in the description. All of us have YouTube channels. Check out all of our social media. We want your eyes on our content. We want your likes on our content. We want you to come see our channels. So if you don't mind, folks.
I say you better subscribe or we'll bash in some skulls, right?
And with that, Matt, your number 3.
It was so hard. Other than the top 2 guys, it was so hard to make this list. With 3, 4, and 5, I finally settled on Bret the Hitman Hart. The guy is literally, in terms of pure in-ring wrestling, is the best. Like, I mean, I don't mean to kayfabe. I mean, in terms of working clean, executing a match, calling a match, working with other wrestlers. You know, he is literally the best all time at that.
Oh, he's
great watching him. And you know,
knew how to
Goldberg basically ending his career so early. You know?
Knew how to sell, which is a
Yeah.
lost art.
Oh
The
God,
man.
yeah.
All right, Larry, you're number 3.
My number 3 is Demolition.
Okay.
Those
Okay.
guys, they were my introduction into tag team wrestling. Even as a little kid, when the first tag team match I saw was Demolition, and that song, everything, and I had no idea.
Intro. Great intro.
Just great intro. And had no idea that the same guy that did a Hulk song did Demolition as well.
Yeah, and then that smash was the Repo Man.
Yeah, sure was.
My number 3 came in at about the later end of the golden era, but from the moment he came on the scene was immediate impact, and it's the Dead Man, the Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there to say? The greatest character gimmick in professional wrestling history.
Yeah, he's 60 years old now.
I know. All right, Ego, you're number 2.
Oh boy. All right. Number 2, I've got the Ultimate Warrior. When I think of, pretty much the golden era.
I'm sorry, what?
Ultimate Warrior? Yes, no?
I'm sorry.
I mean, yeah, that too. I mean, I guess the next
That's something
person I have
stuck in
is
your
coming
nose,
up
dude.
too.
You may want to blow it out.
The ultimate sniffer.
Oh, I'll blow it later by inhaling again. Yeah.
That's
When I thought of like the golden age and 80s and it's it's neon like the way that I dress now. Like I always thought of,
You
Ultimate
don't say.
Warrior with the face paint. Maybe this is where it started. I don't know. I mean, dude had the neon paint and looked like the character from Labyrinth. So, hey, that's a treat. So I was like, yeah. So I mean, wrestling was pretty, big man power move. So, I got Ultimate Warrior number 2.
Okay. Which again, WrestleMania 6 at Skydome, where everyone else is taking the cart to the ring. Nope. He's in a full sprint. I'm just like, wow, dude, he must have done like a full eight ball or something. And his the promos he gave, the man is talking nonsense. Absolute nonsense. But
that's why it appealed to 5-year-olds.
But you're just like, yeah.
That's exactly why because I used to laugh at his promos because even as a kid, even I was like, this guy's off his rocker. This is great.
Brad, you're number 2.
My number 2 is your number 4, the Hot Rod, Rowdy Roddy Piper. I mean, not just like great in ring, but out of the ring, honestly, I thought it was better. Because the Piper's Pit, holy crap. I mean, he knew his character and he just loved to wind people up and make them nuts. He was great.
Awesome.
And he also almost stopped all those aliens.
Almost.
Yeah.
Almost.
Yeah.
Matt, you're number 2.
So my number first and 1 and 2 are obvious to me from the beginning. But I do want to add a note. The reason I didn't put Andre on this list is because in the 80s, it was the end of his career. The peak of his career was the 70s. And he had that one last heel run where he gave the rub to Hogan.
Right.
So that's why Andre is not on my list. My number 2 is the same as you, JB. It's Mark Calloway, who began as Mean Mark. He was a great wrestler there. And when he went north and became the Undertaker, and we talked about that match a month ago, where he just raffle stomped most of the team in Survivor Series and chased Dusty Rhodes out of the ring.
Yep.
You know, they let him build that character to be the force it was, because they knew how that character had to work. That's my number 2.
All righty. Larry, you're number 2.
My number 2 is the Dead Man.
Taker again. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Go on.
He scared the hell out of me. And yeah, it was on the tail end of the golden era, but his presence, he gave it that last boost that it needed. He gave the Ultimate Warrior something to do. You know. So I mean, you know, gave Hogan something to do, and he was just different.
Right.
You know, when he walked out in Survivor Series, I had the same look that them kids had on their faces when he walked out. I was like, "What the hell is that?"
Kids, adults had that look.
Yep.
All right. My number 2 has been mentioned a few times here. When I first started watching wrestling, I wasn't a Hogan fan. My favorite title was the Intercontinental title. I just liked the way it looked. And for me, there's one name that embodies the Intercontinental title, and that's Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect. Absolute in-ring technician. As I said, imagine if he'd have hit his stride after Hulkamania during the new gen phase, when it would have been Shawn Michaels as a single, Bret Hart as a single, and Curt Hennig as a single. That would have been something special to watch. So Curt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, is my number 2. And before we do our number 1s, we're 1 like away, folks. We're 1 freaking like away from a double-digit like show. I know you're out there. If you haven't done it yet, it's free. Just hit that like button. Cost you nothing. All right, Ego, you're number 1, sir.
Number 1, I've got the guy that says the cream always rises to the top, Macho Man Randy Savage. I will say I thought he was like 6'5" at least, the way that he wrestled, and I had to be told like, yo, he's just shy of 6 feet. The man wrestled way bigger than he was, way taller than he was, and was larger than life. And you know, every time I would hear him speak, I wanted to take a lozenge or something, because I had to get my voice like gravelly and throaty like his to actually do his voice. So I mean, between WWF, WCW runs, like he's always been one of my favorite wrestlers too. So I got Macho Man Randy Savage up there at number 1.
Brad, you're number 1.
Of course, the Macho Man Randy Savage. Actually, my brother was a bigger fan of Macho Man than I was, but I still remember, and it's still for me one of the best matches I've ever watched, and that was Ricky Steamboat and Macho Man Randy Savage. That's when like
3.
That was, and as much as like Hogan Giant, it's like, look at, you know, as a kid, you want to see that, but looking back and watching, and I was amazed by the match as a kid, but like watching it, like having watched since then, I'm like, God, this is so well done. I mean, I was considered putting Ricky on here, but I just, he just wrestled way more, I think, outside WWE, WWF at the time. But Macho Man was just this character consistently, never broke character really. And of course, Ms. Elizabeth. So,
Matt, you're number 1.
Yeah, like you, Fred, I considered Ricky on the list too, but I love him, but he's just below the guy that I picked. Number 1, one guy this could be after Hogan, he was the number 2 draw in the wrestling world. He was a high-flying profile in Ric Flair. Sold out tickets everywhere he went. And if Ric Flair came into your little local federation for a series of matches, every one of those nights, people would drive in for like hundreds of miles to see this guy perform in the ring. You know, and he gave it all back to the crowd with promos, in-ring work, a field worker, knew how to sell. He was, in a lot of ways, I would like to see what Vince could do with him. He got him 5 years earlier, with that level of wrestling skill. Could you imagine Bret Hart versus Ric Flair if they could have done the WrestleMania 1? Can you imagine that?
Possibly.
But so that's my number 1.
Larry, you're number 1.
My number 1 had the misfortune of being around at the wrong time, and definitely, and I thought about Ric Flair too, but this guy, to me, just brought Ric Flair, regardless of what Ric Flair was a fan favorite, period. This guy was just straight up sinister, and that is Ted DiBiase. If he had gotten his hands on that belt, if Hogan's gone, right? Let's say if they took the belt off Hogan and put it on DiBiase, or Hogan was gone, DiBiase could have ran with that belt because of the way his character was. He had stronger people around him. He used his money. He used his influence. And people would have paid money just to try to see somebody get that dang belt off of it. You know what I mean? And as great as Hogan was, Hogan did a lot of great stuff, but people forget about the people that were in the ring with him that made him who he is. And when I think about Hulk Hogan, I've never been able to think about him and not think about Ted DiBiase. Not Savage, DiBiase.
Okay.
DiBiase was the Satan to his Jesus.
I disagree with that, because my number 1 is the best number 2 guy that a promotion could ask for. I mean, when Hogan went away to start doing TV or anything, not only did this guy maintain the company, in certain metrics, the company grew. Merchandise sales, some ticket sales. The man could cut a promo with creamers, because the cream rises to the top and you start talking, and you're in the zone when you get the fingers right about here. You're talking like this, the Macho Man Randy Savage. And it's just I guess the kids use the word aura now. Randy Orton had aura, absolutely had presence. And whether it was with babyface with Elizabeth or heel with sensational Sherry, he was a main event guy.
Well, wait a minute, Joker. When was Randy Orton with Miss Elizabeth?
I mean, Randy Savage. Sorry, Savage. Sorry.
Well, I don't. Given Randy Orton's nature, you never know.
You never know. I'm just saying.
Back in those young legend killing days,
And I was at WrestleMania 7, and that match with the Warrior, which lasted half an hour, and they just beat the shit out of each other. It was awesome. I look back on that Mania. It wasn't the greatest Mania, but I look back on it fondly because I got to see some of these legends that is just, it always is going to have a special place with me. And plus that also had the moment where the reunion with Miss Elizabeth and Randy Savage, which I thought, and as we have noted numerous times, Randy Savage was kind of ahead of his time as far as an in-ring performer, whereas the scripting goes, guys would just kind of throw the body around a little bit. No, Savage had it like broken down, like minute by minute, hold by hold, second by second. This guy was a technician. And was just amazing. Absolutely amazing. I loved every match he was in.
Talked about that match, JV, the one you talked about with Ultimate Warrior and Savage.
Mhm.
A good part of that match was Savage beating up the Ultimate Warrior to get him to actually do more than his routine.
Yeah, right.
And there's some comment that he thought Warrior was coked up on the match.
Oh, shocking. The Warrior coked up? No
Where did
way.
you get that idea? That's weird.
I don't know where. So Randy Savage is my number one. So by looking at this, I think we have a clear number 3, a clear number 2, and a clear number 1, Mr. Press Waterhouse. Is that correct?
Yeah, it was looking a little dicey there, but I think at the end it all evened out. At number 3 is the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. At number 2 is the Dead Man, The Undertaker. And of course, at number 1, continuing the theme of a man, the Macho Man, Randy Savage.
Randy Savage. Awesome. Very cool. Very cool. And that
we all had Macho on our list somewhere, right?
I think we all did, yeah.
I did.
Oh
no, he did not. Remember? Yeah, it's like what?
Do we all have Undertaker somewhere on our list?
I did not. I forgot Undertaker was in the 80s. I always thought he was a 90s dude.
I will say this. I took Randy Savage off to put the Undertaker on.
Oh wow.
Interesting. Okay.
Purely because of the impact that he made with me, but I would in no way. I am not sad at all for Randy Savage to come in at number 1. I'm not.
Not at all. All righty. Well, that will conclude our first show of 2026. We have more coming, and we're going to do even more streams, as we're going to probably be doing a lot more of the live recaps from premium live events. You guys seem to have liked those, where it's a lot of fun, and we get to talk right after the event happens, get that initial gut reaction, and you guys get to join in on that. But until that time, Mr. LeftEyeEgo, what do you have coming up, sir?
Working on some video setups behind the scene. Hopefully I can talk to you and Rowan about an after Christmas toy stream at some point. But Shiro and I will be doing Ordinary Games this Sunday at 6 p.m. Central Time. You will hear all about the joys of dealing with a pregnant wife and the joys.
I was going to ask Dad, how were the holidays?
Man, I if I could tell you which version of Shiro I got that day, I mean, I'll let you know.
Oh, the story.
You will return home at some point. She can watch this, Just
oh yeah, she's been worse when when it's in person. Like I've got grievances against her while pregnant. Okay, that's coming on Sunday. That's coming on Sunday.
My wife was exactly the same pre and during pregnancy.
Mean as hell too. Just mean. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Sorry. Mean as hell.
All right, Ed. Mr. Duke Devil 95, what do you have coming up, sir?
Of course, we do have on my channel Wormhole Watch. We continue watching Deep Space Nine. We are about to pass 1 year of doing this show. That'll be next week. We'll be doing the show for 1 whole year. We're going to hit 52 episodes. I'm also doing my Latinum Lounge. Got a few things trying to get worked up on there. Just got to get time to do it from work. And next week, Starfleet Academy will debut, and I'm talking about it. And I know I'm going to be joining, I think, Adam the Renaissance Nerd and the Hollywood Scholar, and we're just going to extol the virtues of another fantastic Alex Kurtzman trek.
But it's got Becky Lynch in it. It's got to be good. I mean, everyone says she's the best.
Yeah, sounds right.
And the final emerging Baconator. What do you have coming up, sir?
Some of us will be on Roman's show tomorrow.
Yes.
We'll go over this week either a roundtable of topics, various topics. That's and obviously next year on Wednesday night is overbooked. And then I might there was a trailer that dropped for Robin Hood. I might do a little review of that on my channel tomorrow.
Gotcha. And also, Mr. Laurence Knight, what do you have coming up, sir?
Well, you can catch me this Friday on Abyssal Musings with my co-host, Samuel the Infamous, and that, I believe, is it for this week.
All righty. And for myself, we'll be dropping some shorts during the weekend. Not my shorts, video shorts for the channel. I know that was great. That was good. You can
Thank God for that clarification.
I'm going to take that.
You want to lose subscribers? Great, do that.
I know, right? Exactly. And we will be back here next week. Keep going into 2026 with an all-new band of topics as we're heading to the Royal Rumble, which officially begins WrestleMania season. But until then, folks, I want to wish everyone a happy new year. Hope your 2026 is going well. Keep talking, keep smiling, and until next time, have fun and keep talking.